Hello everybody, this is Spanish 2 Unit 2, Part 2. For Part 1, please refer to the other video in this playlist, and I will try to link that to the description in this video as well. That way you can make sure you're caught up with the vocabulary. You will need that vocabulary to get going with this unit, and in this video we'll be talking about what I have in the red boxes here. The Grammatica, making comparisons. We're going to learn about how to say that something's as much as or as interesting as and things like that. The next thing is talking about how to say to know. And in Spanish we have two different words for talking about knowing things. One is knowing facts, which is called saber, and the other one is conocer, which means to be familiar with people, places, and situations. So it's a little different than English, and I'll be explaining that. And there's some practice in your packet for that. And then the last thing I'll be explaining is hace plus time expressions. Now this is how you say when something happened in the past, a certain time ago. So hace with the time expressions is to say, well, it happened 5 hours ago, or a week ago, or a year ago. So it's very useful to be able to talk about how long it's been since something happened. And the final thing will be a workbook packet to finish out Chapter 1B. In the next video, we'll be looking at 2A to wrap up the unit. So let's get started. Our first part is making comparisons, and you'll see we're on page 53 in your textbook, making comparisons. To compare people or things that are equal to one another, use tan with como. And in English we would say as, adjective as, like as small as big as fast as intelligent as. And also we have, if you look in the box over here, different ways to compare things that you've already gone over. Más que, with the adjective, más alto que, más bajo que, menos que, with less than. Mayor and menor are older and younger than. So mayor and menor are a little different with the words older and younger. And then we have mejor and peor. Mejor is better, and peor is worse. So mejor and peor, just like in English, we don't use gooder or badder, right? We use better and worse. So it's a little different. And in Spanish, you have some differences too. Instead of bueno, or you don't say más bueno, you say mejor. And menos malo, instead of that, you say peor. So that's how to say that. And then you have the superlative, the most or the least, el más famoso, etc. Los mejores, los peores. Cecilia cree que hacer gimnasia es la actividad más divertida de la escuela. Right? Cecilia thinks that doing gymnastics is the most fun activity in the school. Okay, here's an example with tan and como. Notice that it's como and not que. En mi club, levantar pesas es tan popular como correr. In my club, lifting weights is as popular as running. To say that things are not equal, you can use the negative. En el club atlético, levantar pesas no es tan popular como correr. To say as much as or many as, you use tanto or tanta for singular, tantos and tantas for plural. Note that tanto agrees in gender and number with what's being compared. Hay tantas actrices en el ensayo como actores. There are as many actresses in the rehearsal as actors, as male actors. So the tantas agrees with actrices, actresses. Notice that you use como as well, so that's why these are together. Tanto with or tanta, etc. is used with nouns. It's an amount of something. Tan is used with an adjective. So keep that in mind as we go and as we do the exercises as well. The next thing in your grammar is saber and conocer. We're on page 56. Saber and conocer have to do with knowing. It's how to say to know. You already know the present tense form of saber and conocer, and they're right here in the table for you. They both follow the pattern of regular ER verbs in the present tense, but each has an irregular yo form. This is something you'll just have to memorize. Yo sé, I know. And this verb saber is to know facts and information. You can also use saber with the infinitive of another verb to say you know how to do something. ¿Sabes si tenemos tarea para mañana? Do you know if we have homework for tomorrow? You can see that it's talking about a fact. Do you know if it's a fact that we have homework, right? You're asking about a fact. ¿Sabes quién es el director de la banda? Do you know who's the director of the band? So again, do you know who? It's a fact. Sé jugar al ajedrez? I know how to play chess. Or in English, a lot of times we just say, I can play chess, right? In Spanish, though, using to know how means that you know how to do it. You can do it in the sense that you know how. To use poder, to be able to, many times in Spanish we use it to express that you may play chess, for example. But saying sé jugar al ajedrez means that whether or not you physically can in the moment or that it's allowed in the moment, you know how to do it. You could do it regardless of the circumstances. So that's how that works. Now over to conocer. Here's a review of the forms of conocer in the present tense. Conocer means to know a person or to be familiar with a place or thing. ¿Conoces al profesor de esa clase? Do you know the teacher of this class? Now, it's different than saber, isn't it? Conocer, conoce, when you ask, ¿conoces al profesor? Do you know the teacher? Not, do you know who it is, but are you familiar? Have you met this teacher before? Do you know this teacher? No, no lo conozco. No, I don't know him. I don't know him. Not that you don't know who he is, but you don't know him as a person. And then we have ¿Conoces el Club Atlético de la Calle 8? Do you know about the athletic club on 8th Street? Meaning, have you been there? Are you familiar with it? Do you know your way around over there? ¿Conoces el club? You're not asking, do you know where it is? You're asking for familiarity. So in Spanish, we use two verbs here where English usually uses one. Make sure you use the a personal, the personal a, when you use conocer to say that you know a person. Guillermo conoce a mi primo Tomás. Guillermo knows my cousin Thomas. So make sure you keep that in mind, keep the differences in mind, and also that you review the forms in the present tense. The last thing for grammar is the hace with time expressions that I said to express. This is used to express how long something has been going on or how long ago something was with the past tense. Now, I don't believe in this part of in your Spanish curriculum that you have past tense. I don't think that's there yet, but we will see this again when we talk about how long ago something happened. So how long something has been going on. You say cuánto tiempo, how much time, right? When you say how long something's been going on, what you're really saying is how much time. Cuánto tiempo hace que. Now hace, of course, is from hacer, meaning to make. So what you're really saying is how much time does it make? And that's just how Spanish expresses the idea. And then you use the present tense. You use the present tense because it's still going on. And in English, we say have been or has been, and then a verb, right? In Spanish, you use the present tense. Why do you use the present tense? Because it's still happening. So here's an example. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que eres miembro del club atlético? Do we have a translation down here? How long have you been? Okay, notice in Spanish, though, use the present tense. Eres a member, miembro, of the athletic club. Here's another example. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que ustedes practican con el equipo de básquetbol? How long have you been practicing with the basketball team? You see, in English, we say have been, right? Have you been? In Spanish, you simply use the present tense. Now, it's important at this point that you understand, please do not use Google Translate with things like this, because Google Translate will try to give you the translation of have you been, word for word. This is not how you express this idea in Spanish. You express it with hace. Hace que with the present tense verb. This is how, Google is unable to recognize that difference. Google just gives you a word-for-word translation. And sometimes it's useful. But please don't use it here because it will throw you off. It will give you the wrong answer, and it won't help you prepare for a test either for this skill. To tell how long something's been going on, use hace with time, with que with the present tense verb. So here we had asking, and now we have telling. It's very similar. We just don't use the cuánto tiempo, right? Hace, and of course you want to use a time period, right? Hace más de 2 años. It's been more than 2 years. And by the way, if you say more than with a number, use de between the más and the number. Más de. Hace más de 2 años que soy miembro del club atlético. I've been a member of the athletic club for more than 2 years. Let's look at another example. Hace 3 semanas que practicamos con el equipo de básquetbol. Okay, so these are answers to these questions, aren't they? How long have you guys been practicing with the basketball team? We've been practicing with the basketball team for 3 weeks. But you see how it organizes the information a little differently in Spanish. For 3 weeks is at the beginning. Hace 3 semanas. Now, you could say, practicamos con el equipo de básquetbol hace 3 semanas. You can say that too. But that's generally the order, though. Okay, that's it for your grammar, and we'll look at your workbook activities. So, we went to making comparisons, to the verbs to know, Sava and Conocer. We also talked about hace with time expressions just now, asking how long something's been going on and telling how long something's been going on. Now we'll look at the day 5 workbook material. Okay, we left off at 1B2. We did this on the last video. So if you haven't done this yet, you can refer to the prior video on that. Now we're looking at 1B3. This is some more vocabulary. All you have to do here is write the logical conclusion to each of the statements about students' interests and activities by selecting from the word bank. So you should understand what these all are, and then you can put them in the sentences where they belong. Toma lecciones de guitarra, so taking guitar lessons. Ensaya hoy. Ensayar means to rehearse, to have a rehearsal. Vuelve a casa, to return, returning home. Somebody returns home and goes back home. Tiene interés en el karate, has interest in karate. Hace una búsqueda, doing a search, maybe it's a web search. Es miembro del equipo de voleibol, is a member of the volleyball team. Gana un premio, wins a prize. Graba canciones, records songs. Grabar is to record. Canta en el coro, sings in the choir, and es animador is a cheerleader. Animador, animadoras are actually cheerleaders. Number 1. A Carlos le gustan las artes marciales. Okay, martial arts. So it must be the karate. Alright? Por eso tiene, and by the way, por eso means therefore. Right? Tiene interés. And if you see the accent, go ahead and write it in. It's important to keep that going in Spanish because it is part of the language. And that's the answer. Tiene interés en el karate. Número 2. A Isabel le gusta tocar música, por eso. Alright, so Isabel likes to play music, therefore, okay, it's probably this guitar. Right? She likes to play music. It's very important. Play music. That's why we know it's not recording songs, right? Are singing in the choir. She actually plays music. So we're going to put toma lecciones de guitarra there. All right, and that's really all you have to do. As long as you understand what these mean, you can put them in where they go. La banda tiene un concierto mañana. Okay, the band's having a concert tomorrow. They're probably going to be rehearsing today. Ensaya. Ricardo tiene una voz muy bonita. Okay, Ricardo has a very beautiful voice. Now, we might say canta en el coro, or maybe graba canciones, but let's look at some other ones and see if we can figure out what the best one might be. A Carmen le gusta escuchar música. Maybe, see number 8, she likes to listen to music. So it's probably that she records songs. So I would put graba canciones at the end for number 8. And for number 4, let's put him in the choir, right? Canta en el coro for number 4. Número 5, a Rosa le gustan los deportes. All right, she likes sports. And miembro del equipo de voleibol is probably the best one here. She's a member of the volleyball team. Now, Felipe, let's look at number 6 really quick. Felipe es el mejor jugador de la liga. He's the best player on the league. Por eso, therefore, maybe gano un premio is the best one here. He's winning a prize. He's getting an award. Okay. So that's how you do this. Notice there's 2 in here that you will not use. There's 8 spaces for answers, but there's 10 available answers. So there's going to be 2 that you don't use. All right, let's move on to 4. This again, some more vocabulary. Look at the sign-up list for school clubs. Based on their descriptions, which club do you think each student will sign up for? Okay, and again, follow the model. Ana quiere ser miembro de la orquesta. Ana le gusta tocar el piano. Ana likes to play the piano. So, use quiere ser miembro. And by the way, miembro doesn't change. Miembro is the same word, even if it's feminine. Okay, Pedro es deportista y le gusta patinar. Pedro is athletic, and he likes to skate. So probably the hockey team is best for him, right? So Pedro quiere ser miembro. Okay, it's always going to be the same way, as long as it's just one person, right? So we're always going to have the name quiere ser miembro de, And then we want him to be on the team, right? Del equipo de hockey. And there you go. And then we just keep going. Okay. A Paulina le gusta jugar a los bolos. So Paulina likes bowling, right? Paulina quiere ser miembro del equipo de bolos. O el equipo de boliche. También puede ser boliche. She wants to be on the bowling team. So you see how this pattern works? So look at what they have there. If it's chess, remember chess won't be a team, so to speak. It would probably be more like a club. It could be a hockey club too, guys. Bowling club, hockey club. So I guess it's supposed to be all clubs here. So we can just change to clubs, which is fine. Héctor quiere ser miembro del club de ajedrez. Club de fotografía, right? Sacar fotos, to take pictures. So it'd be fotografía. Iván es un buen músico. He's a good musician. Miembro de la orquesta. So it's probably, here. Iván quiere ser miembro de la orquesta. So it'd be just like the modelo. Animadora. She's a cheerleader, wants to do something similar. So maybe she wants to be in gymnastics, in the gymnastics club. Club de gimnasia, or equipo de gimnasia. If you want to use team, that's fine too. Equipo. All right, next we have 1B5. Okay, this is where we are using those comparisons that we were talking about. So if you're going to use a adjective, make sure you use tan with como. And if it's a noun, you're going to use tanto, tanta, tantos, or tantas, como in your answer. So let's look at a couple examples of both. El club de ajedrez, a chess club, tener reuniones, has meetings, or to have meetings. And then el club de computadoras, the computer club, the computadoras. So what we're going to say is the chess club has as many meetings as the computer club. So we just start with el club de ajedrez. And then we're going to say tiene. It's just a verb, right? Tiene. Now, we want to say as many meetings. All right, so that's a noun. So we're going to use a form of tanto. But we got to know which tanto form we're going to use. Is it going to be tanto, tantos, tanta, or tantas? Well, we know from reuniones, we know it's going to be plural. So our only decision now, is it going to be tantos or tantas? And the answer is tantas, because words that end in ion, like sion, like nacion, etc., are feminine. And most words that just end in like this, like reunión, are feminine. Not everything, but most words do. And then we want to say como. As many. Oh, I'm sorry. We have to put reuniones, don't we? Reuniones como el club de computadoras. Okay. The chess club has as many meetings as the computer club. And that's it. Now, with la natación, we have popular. That's an adjective. So instead of using tanto, we're going to use tan. And tan is pretty cool because we don't have to worry about changing the form. La natación. Now, ser popular, to be popular. And we, of course, need to change it to is popular, right? Not to be. Es. No, it's not just popular, it's as popular, right? Tan popular como el hockey. Swimming is as popular as hockey. And there we go. So, as you go through, look at it. Is it adjective? Or is it a noun? Músicos, right? Musicians. That's going to be as many. So you're going to use tantos músicos, right? Cantar tantas canciones, right? The singer, the female singer, sings as many songs as the male singer. Bonita, here, la música de la banda, the band's music, is as pretty as the orchestra's music. So you're going to use tan como, right? Fotógrafas, this is photographers. This is a noun. So you're going to use tanto. You're going to use a form of tanto. I'll just pick one more to do here. I'm going to go ahead and do number 4. But of course, please complete the whole thing for yourself. El periódico de la escuela, so the school newspaper. Periódico de la escuela. Now we're going to use tener, so tiene, right? Has. No, it's tiene because of the newspaper is third person. Has tantas fotógrafas. Okay, now why is it tantas? Because fotógrafas is plural and feminine. Fotógrafo, fotógrafa. And that's in your vocabulary for this chapter. Como. And then we have, of course, the masculine. Fotógrafos. As many female photographers as male photographers. And remember, tanto just goes with whatever verb is right, whatever noun is right after it. It matches that one. So that's kind of an easy way to remember that. Tantas fotógrafas. Tantas fotógrafas como fotógrafos. All right, saber conocer. Ramon and Susana complete the following conversation between Ramon and Susana with the correct forms of saber conocer to find out who the director is. Ramon tocar piano. Okay, Ramon, he knows how to play, right? Now, you know from your grammar there that we've talked about, it's going to be sabe because he knows how to do it. Sabe tocar el piano. Ramon can play the piano, or he knows how to play the piano. Él quiere ser miembro de la banda, pero no. He wants to be a band director, but he doesn't know the director, okay? Now, what's it going to be? Is it saber o conocer? It's going to be conocer, but we have to conjugate it, right? Conoce. He doesn't know the director. He's not familiar with the director. He hasn't met him. Decide hablar con su amiga Susana. So he decides to speak to his friend Susana. Ramon says, Oye, Susana. Hey, Susana. And then his question is, do you know, right? It's going to be no either way. ¿Quién es el director de la banda? Do you know who the director of the band is? Okay. Again, is it information or is it familiarity? In this case, it's information. Do you know who it is? Maybe Susana doesn't know. It doesn't know him. It doesn't matter. She could still know who it is, right? You could look on a list and find out. It doesn't mean you know the person. Sabe quién es. Do you know the fact? Do you know who is the director? And Susana says, Sí, yes, I know who it is. Okay, so again, we're going to use saber. Okay. Oh, and by the way, Susana, he's going to say sabes, isn't he? Sabes quién es el director. Sí, sé quién es la profesor Durán. la profesora duran. I know her very well. Now, this is not going to use se, right? It's going to use conozco, right? Remember the yo form of these two verbs, right? Conozco, se is irregular. They don't fit the patterns. La conozco. I know her well. I know her very well. And then Ramon asks, do you know if they need more members in the band, right? So again, this is a fact. He's asking about a fact. Do you know if it's a fact, right? So he's going to say, ¿sabes? ¿Tú sabes? ¿Por qué? ¿Quieres ser miembro de la banda? Why? You want to be a member of the band? ¿Qué instrumento? What instrument do you know how to play? ¿Qué instrumento sabes tocar? Ramón se toca el piano. Mi amigo Paco y yo, my friend Paco and I, la música de los artistas principales de la música clásica. We know the music of the principal artists, or the main artists of classical music. Now, they know the music. All right, that would be familiarity. So we're going to use conocemos, not sabemos, right? Usually they're familiar. They know it when they hear it. Okay, so I'll let you continue on with those. Make sure you conjugate the verbs. You can't just put saber and conocer in the blanks. You have to, one, know which one it is, and you also have to conjugate it. If you need, please refer to the conjugations on page 56 of your textbook, 56. And 1B7, the final activity for 1B, will be about talking about how long something's been going on. You're reporting for your school on the activities of various students. Fill in the following question and answer sessions using the clues given. Follow the models. Okay, jugar al golf, playing golf. So Carmen, so you're asking Carmen, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que juegas al golf? How long have you been playing golf? You see how it uses cuánto tiempo hace que with the verb, the conjugated verb in the present tense. It's not just, you don't just use the infinitive, right? You must conjugate it, and it's a stem changer. Hace 5 años que juego al golf. I've been playing golf for 5 years. Now, how about 3 años? Sergio, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que estudias inglés? How long have you been studying English? Hace 3 años que estudio inglés. I've been studying English for 3 years. Okay, uno, jugar al ajedrez. Juan, okay, now we're asking the question. So just like before, we're going to say, we have the question mark there already, don't we? ¿Cuánto tiempo hace? Okay. If you have the question, wherever you have the question, use the same one. So it's going to go there, and it's going to go there, and it's going to go there. All right, it's the same thing. Once you get the pattern, this is easy. Okay, so now we say how long. Now we need to say, have you been playing chess? Now we need to conjugate jugar. Juegas, right? ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que juegas al ajedrez? How long you've been playing chess? And that's it. And then it gives you the answer. Hace 5 años que juego al ajedrez. Sometimes you can even use the answer to help you with the question, or vice versa, because they'll give you one or the other. Now let's do number 2, because it's going to be the opposite of what we just did. So how long you've been playing chess? Now we want to answer 8 months. Julia y Carlos. Now 2 people. Hey, you too. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que usan la computadora? How long you've been using the computer? So we're going to say hace 8 meses que. Now, they're asking these two people, right? What are they going to answer? They're going to answer with nosotros, aren't they? Hace 8 meses que usamos la computadora. We have been using the computer for 8 months. Do you see how that works? So you can't just go off of that form if they're saying you. You're going to reply with I or we, right? And then continue that, and that's it. Again, use the information given to help you. And watch out, number 7, you have Jacinto y Jazmín, right? They're asking you two, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que ustedes, right, van al ensayo? You're going to say vamos, right, for number 7, because it's how long have you guys been doing this? We have been doing this. So, the answer is going to be we. Okay, that's going to be it for this part. And that will finish up 1B, and we'll do 2A next week. Gracias.